Dawn was the giver of my passion for breast care. And if you don't know Dawn's story, you can pass the tissues out now. I met Dawn when she was about 32 weeks pregnant. And she was the daughter of one of the employees in Amy's office. And Dawn was at this event where I was being honored way back when. And the only reason she was at that event is because her mother-in-law, who had a ticket, ended up in the hospital the night before with a pulmonary embolism. So she got to come on Faith's ticket. And this is the last picture that Amy and I have with Dawn because she died a week later. Dawn died a week before her baby's first birthday. And the gift that she gave to me was that even in the end, she was the one that sat there, and I was dying in my inside because when she was diagnosed, it was already all through her body. It didn't respond to anything. It didn't respond to chemo. It didn't respond to radiation. It didn't respond to hormones. Responded to nothing. And Dawn fought a battle like you can't even imagine. And right before Dawn passed away, she just kept reminding me and told me over and over again, it's okay that you couldn't cure this because you made this process so much better for me. And I will tell you now, I mean, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. Because prior to the Dawn experience and my Dawn, as I call it, my Dawn intervention and the waking of Dawn, I didn't realize that I needed to get out of general surgery and just do breast disease. I didn't realize that I was so needed to do that. And she pushed me over the cliff. She pushed me over that edge and said, like, you've got to do this. Like, you have got to devote your life to this because although you couldn't cure me, you helped me heal. And as hard as it is to sometimes feel defeated because we couldn't fix something, because we're fixers, doctors, we think we can fix all these things. But Dawn gave me that gift because before she left me, she let me know the difference that I made in her life. And we buried her in the first week of April that year, and it snowed as we were putting roses on her coffin. And I know that was her. When does it snow in April? I mean, as often as it snows in October, right? I don't know what that October snow was, but I was thinking it might have been Dawn. I'm like, okay, what's the message here? Because you've only snowed on me at odd times. But Dawn's son, who, you know, had she found her cancer at the very beginning, there are people that may have told her to terminate her pregnancy, and this beautiful child, Kevin, who truly has the voice of an angel, would not be here. And every time I see him and I hug him, you know, he thanks me for taking care of his mom. The kid's amazing. And he was the gift. He was the gift that came out of that process because she wasn't trying to get pregnant, and Kevin was her little gift. So once you find your passion and you combine it with purpose, and, you know, the purpose of all of this is to help you to feel better. And I know I'm making some of you cry, and I'm not trying to. But passion and purpose lead us to a place, and there is this place that you get to where you have peace. And for a lot of years, I wasn't at that place. I didn't have peace because there was always all this other stuff that had to be done. And I will tell you, I'm at a place now for the first time in a long time where I really have peace because I'm in a hospital that's run by people who get me and who get what this is about and who care about you and who believe in this healing process and who believe that this experience that you go through warrants the extra care and the extra time and the extra people. And I'm at peace because we now are growing the foundation so we can provide these services to more and more people. And I'm at peace because I got two great kids who understand that me being here tonight is really important, and they don't ever begrudge me not being home. And I'm at peace because I like who I am. I like where I am in my life. I still have a really long list of stuff, but if I didn't wake up tomorrow, I wouldn't feel like I left a lot of stuff undone. I'd say, yeah, I still got stuff on my list. But I would never have regrets for not having tried to build a hospital and not having tried to change breast care and not having done those things. And so when you can bring together your priorities and your passion, your purpose, and when you truly find peace, that's when you're thriving. That's when you're at that place where you're taking something away from that cancer, you're taking something from that experience and making you the very, very best you can be. So here's the new way to be on the cliff. It's a much easier way to be on the cliff because you're enjoying the view. You're enjoying the peace. You're enjoying that peace that passes all understanding, that peace that is something that is so deep within your heart. And I want you all to find your cliff, because I have found my cliff. Anybody know where I go every April? Oh, hello. This is in Sedona. It's at the top of Cathedral Rock. And for you to get to your Cathedral Rock, sometimes you have to be on a long journey. Sometimes you have to take a road that not as many people have traveled. Sometimes you're on a road where all the street signs aren't exactly clear. Sometimes you're on the road with black ice and you think you're doing well, and all of a sudden you slip and fall. But just remember that it is your journey in life that brings you happiness, not that place you think you're going. Too many people in our society are saving and saving and saving for retirement to never make it there. They're putting money away on Wall Street because they want to retire, and then Wall Street goes to hell, and what have they done? And I won't be the most wealthy retiree because I'm spending it all while I'm alive. I'm traveling. I'm creating experiences with my family. I'm creating memories. Because to me, that's what matters. Because if I wasn't here tomorrow, I know my kids would look back at all of the things that we've done, all the places we've been, the things that we do. And some of the nicest ones are going fishing in the pond next door, playing Scrabble. Well, they don't like Scrabble as much as I do. They couldn't be Wendy's kids because they wouldn't do well. Playing Monopoly, playing Risk. And as you go forward, and as you do the things you do every day, don't be afraid to be a trailblazer. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to take risks, because sometimes what you fear you're going to lose, you have no idea what you can gain in the end. And if you blaze a trail, other people will follow you, believe it or not. People will follow you if you're doing something with your heart, with your soul, with your passion. So that's my cliff. That's Sedona. It's really not as scary as it looks. It's a very easy walk out there. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it, because as much as I like to fly airplanes, I would not walk out someplace crazy, scary like that. But as you find your new cliff and you find that place where you can bring all those things together, that's the place where you're thriving. And there's nothing I want more when I see you in the office to know that you're thriving, to know that you've passed the place of fear, that you're out of the paralysis, that you're spending time taking care of yourself, that you know that you are the most important person in your life, and that you're empowering somebody else to get there as well. Because that's what thriving is all about. It's getting to that place. So, I would like all of you, I'll save it, when you leave tonight, to think about the things in your life that you can do better. Think about the things in your life that you can do that honor you. Make the list of the energy vampires. Get rid of them one at a time. Figure out how to pack the baggage. Figure out what baggage came in, what baggage goes out. And if you don't have ways to get to the places you need to do, ask for help. It's one of the things I took a long time to learn to do, was ask for help and delegate. And I think that every single person in this room has the opportunity to thrive. I know that many of you are already thriving, and I know that you're probably here because you're supporting somebody else who's not quite so thriving yet. And I'm going to urge each and every one of you to take advantage of the services that we have put together and the programs, the healthy cooking and the exercise and the Thrivers Retreats. And I want to use this opportunity because I am not here all by myself. I have some important people. Wendy Brown, who's the president of our foundation. Amy Scarlett, who is on our foundation board, who is our Thrivers chair. Annie McHale, Heidi Volpe, Diane Henn. Anybody else back there that you saw? Come on. Come on. Erica, where are you? Where's Erica? Get down here.